Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football, a massive opportunity not only on the football field for USC Saturday afternoon, but also a massive opportunity on the recruiting trail. Ton of talent from both the 2025 and 2026 class making their way to campus to take in this Penn State game. When I was prepping this one, when I was looking at some of the prospects and getting into some of the film of who's going to be on campus, it kind of reminded me of the lead up to the LSU game, where there's a lot of national media talking about this football game, one of the biggest football games we're going to see on Saturday. Not much of the national media giving USC a chance, very similar to the conversation around that USC LSU game on Sunday night. Now, USC made a statement, not only kind of kickstarting the 2024 season, but we saw a couple massive commitments on the tail of that win for USC. I think this is another opportunity to kind of send a message not only to the college football fans across the country, the national media, but also most importantly to the recruits on the recruiting trail. Want to take a look at some of the more fascinating names that will be on campus. Now, there's, I think, over 20 names that will be on campus. I kind of whittled it down to my favorite six. Really excited to get into this one. Before we do, and as always, to the USC fans, y'all know I can't thank you guys enough. I love talking this program, whether we're talking on the football field, the recruiting trail, the amount of support y'all continue to show. It means the absolute world. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And without further ado, let's get into this one. I want to start in 2025 on the defensive line with what I think is one of the more fascinating recruits from this 2025 class, and that is four-star or three-star defensive lineman. I think he's going to be a four-star when it's all said and done, Joseph Mabachu. Now, he's playing his senior year in Grayson down in Georgia. What I think so fascinating about this kid is he started playing football at the beginning of his junior year. He was from Cameroon, primarily played basketball as a youngster. This kid's recruitment has taken off since what we've seen from him on the football field. Now, is he a ready-made defensive lineman that is going to play significant snaps year one? No, probably not. But if you are Sean Nua and Coach Henney and you're looking at this kid, you just want to get him in this program and say, what can he be after a year or two within USC? It's a developmental prospect, but arguably one of the higher upsides that you see in this 2025 cycle. There's a reason all these SEC programs are flocking to Joseph Mabachu. You take a look at the film, he's up to 6'6", 295 pounds. The power that this kid has in his hands, it's kind of next level. And he's a phenomenal athlete, too. The feet are really, really impressive. Obviously, former basketball player. Now, he doesn't know how to use much of that length. You don't see a ton of hand usage in his game so far. But at the very least, right now, he has that speed to power, and he has the traits to be a guy that when you polish him up a little bit, teach him how to use that length and athleticism, this kid can be a game wrecker in any conference across the country. I think there's a reason so many SEC programs are going after this kid. Committed to Florida currently. I think we all know what's going on with Billy Napier down in Gainesville. I would not be surprised if this open. I think he committed to Florida because they were one of the first programs to really recognize this kid. And so he jumped on that offer. This kid's recruitment is heating up. I expect it to be a real battle between a lot of SEC programs, but we've seen USC time and time again go to the state of Georgia and land some of these top targets. For Coach Henney and Sean Nua, you just want this kid in the program. And again, we've talked about this a lot. USC getting these kind of bodies from the high school recruiting trail is going to be paramount. I think it's going to determine the success that Lincoln Riley can have long-term at USC. Joseph Mabachu, I think the real name to keep an eye on. Now, another name that I even think you could get a commitment from this weekend, Benny Patterson. A little less physically gifted than Joseph Mabachu, but what I really like about Benny Patterson, he's a really good athlete for that size and gives you a lot of versatility. He primarily plays that three tech at the high school level, but a really, really good athlete, interior offensive lineman, kind of struggled to deal with the athleticism. Now, again, similar to Joseph Mabachu, I don't know if he's a year one guy because if he wants to play on the inside, he's going to have to put on a little bit more weight. You look at this kid's frame and say he could very easily get up to 290 pounds. It's an underdeveloped frame with some big time athleticism. He's kind of an under the radar cat who's committed to Cincinnati, but Whether it's Sean Newell, whether it's Coach Henny, whether it's Dan Lynn, they've obviously seen something in this kid from the state of Indiana. They've been working at this kid for a while. Couldn't make it out for the Wisconsin game. Going to be out there for the Penn State game. Betty Patter, he's going to be, if he does commit to USC, we'll break down the film. I think it's a really, really intriguing name in this 2025 class. Now, going to the 2026 class, I want to start with four-star offensive tackle Kenny Pepe at IMG Academy. This is a kid that's been at IMG since his freshman year, and this is, I think, one of the most important recruits that will be on campus for USC. We've stressed time and time again the offensive line problems that USC, I think, is going through in 2024 is kind of a direct result to just not getting the guys on the offensive line from the high school recruiting trail. We all know this is a position that is really hard to address in the transfer portal. USC's got to start getting the offensive line right on the high school trail. Kenny Pepe, this kid is, if you were to build a offensive tackle in a laboratory, Kenny Pepe is probably the image that you're spitting out. He's 6'7", 300 pounds. Looks like a grown man. This kid has looked like a grown man going back to his freshman year. Really good athleticism for that size, but the length and power that this kid has, I think it's extremely impressive. He kind of reminds you of Elijah Page coming out. If you can get Kenny Pepe locked in, I think that's I wouldn't say guaranteed starting left tackle, but I think he's a guy that will play multiple seasons at whatever program he goes to. I think this is probably the top targets that's going to be on campus in 2026, maybe outside of one that we'll talk about in just a little bit. Next name I want to go to, and again, USC is hammering the state of Georgia. Bryce Perry right on the defensive line, kind of similar to Benny Patterson, 6'3", 260. He's another guy that I think plays around 300 pounds once he gets to college. Really versatile at Buford, plays on the edge, plays the three tech. He'll even play a little bit of nose. Really good athlete for the size. Obviously needs to fill out the frame, but kind of the flip side of a guy like Joseph Mabachu. You can tell this kid has been coached for a very long time on the defensive line, knows how to get off blocks, knows how to use his hands. He couples that polish with some really, really good athleticism. There's a reason that this kid's a top 100 national recruit. Again, another one of those guys that if you're Coach Sean Nua, if you are Eric Henderson, you want this kid within your program. Another Georgia kid, Tyler Atkinson, number 2 player in Georgia. The number 1 player in Georgia, Xavier Griffin, is already committed to USC. Again, we've seen USC go to the state of Georgia and turn it up for these kids. Tyler Atkinson, special athlete at that off-ball linebacker position. You look at Xavier Griffin, he's a little bit more of a versatile guy, can come off the edge. Tyler Atkinson is just a kind of exactly what you're looking at with that off-ball linebacker spot. And I think what's really intriguing about Tyler Atkinson is this is the exact linebacker that USC has been going for over the last couple months, really since Matt Ainson and Danton Lynn have taken over this program. We're not going for the linebackers that are 240 pounds coming out of high school. We want not necessarily undersized linebackers, but we want premier athlete linebackers. We'll put the weight on you when you get to campus, but give me the linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, that can tackle running backs in the flat, that can carry tight ends up the seam. Those are the type of linebackers that Danton Lynn wants to build this USC defense with. Tyler Atkinson, along with Xavier Griffin, kind of spitting images of what USC is looking for on the linebacker position. You guys obviously see the recruiting ranking, top 10 national player. This kid is special. Last one I want to talk about, and another guy that I would probably have on commitment watch, Ryder Lions. I'm sure many USC fans are familiar with Ryder Lions. Obviously, his brother plays on the football team, and this kid seems like it's a not if, but when he commits to USC. I think this is, and we've seen Lincoln Riley do this time and time again. He did it with Julian Lewis. He's doing it with Ryder Lions, identifying the quarterback that you want in the future early and just pushing your chips in. And Lincoln Riley has that ability because you rarely see Lincoln Riley lose recruiting battles for the quarterbacks that he wants. And excuse me, I think Ryder Lions has been the guy that USC wants in the 2026 class. And they ain't really going after any other quarterbacks. And again, Lincoln Riley has built up the cachet to do that. But when you develop at the level Lincoln Riley has developed quarterbacks, you can go after just one quarterback because you probably ain't going to lose that recruiting battle. And Ryder Lyons, a kid from California, obviously connections to the USC program. This one seems like it's going to get done for USC. We'll see when it gets done. I love Ryder Lions. 6'3", he's I mean, where you want to start with Ryder Lions, yeah, the arm talent is exceptional. I know a lot of USC fans have been frustrated with Miller Moss and his escapability with the offensive line struggling like it is. Ryder Lions is kind of the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? Like, he has that arm, the processing, but this kid's also a gamer. He knows how to extend plays. He can throw off platform. I think there's a lot of reasons why USC wants Ryder Lions. I think he's one of, if not the most talented quarterbacks in the 2026 class. We'll see if that one gets done. This is his third time visiting USC this season. We'll see if Lincoln Riley can lock it up. Those are the names that I would be keeping an eye on for USC. Again, ton of talent that's going to be on campus. This is a massive opportunity, again, to not only get back the momentum in the 2024 season, but I think more importantly, to really get it going on the recruiting trail as well, because that is how Lincoln Riley wants to build this program. He said it time and time again. Yes, we're going to use the transfer portal, but we want most of our talent coming from the high school ranks. We'll close it out there. Appreciate you guys rocking with it. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.